Good evening, YouTubers and fellow Nix users. Alright, so just following up on the LFS video. I'm currently in LFS. I guess no man's distro. And I thought what I'd follow up on is just an example of installing something that's external. It's an external application that's not available on BLFS, and then obviously realizing, of course, that there will be dependencies that aren't met, and I'm just going to sort of take you through that process. I'm not going to actually take you through the compile failure simply because I've actually compiled this application and it works now, but I've uninstalled the application itself. I'm just going to kind of show you the BLFS way of, well, the automated Linux from scratch way of doing that. Okay, so the target application is xboard, and just go into Firefox and we'll get xboard. Kind of learn about that. So xboard is an application I like to use. It's been around for a long time. It used to be written by a guy called Tim Mann, and I don't know if he's got anything to do with it these days. But yeah, he wrote the original xboard, I believe. And yeah, so you can find more about it. There's some ports to Windows and stuff like that. Basically, I went into here and I downloaded the latest version of it, which was from 2014, which I suppose is a little while ago now. But yeah, I downloaded it and I just put it in here. I'll just show you. So CD. So as is usual, I download it into an external sources directory, because it's not part of the base install, and we can kind of prove that too by going to Linux from scratch.org. Just go like that now, and click on BLFS, and go and read online, and we can just go in here, and we just find it, Control F, and go export, and you see it's not in there. Okay. The thing is that I'm using ALFS, but it's an exact replication of LFS and then BLFS on top of it as I choose to install applications and their dependencies. ALFS somewhat assists with that, but not completely. It's not a replacement for apt, RPM, yum, dpackage, whatever package manager you're used to, Zyper, Emerge, or Portage rather, or even ports. It's not really like that at all. So I'm going to show you how it kind of works. So first of all, I'm going to and I'm just going to kind of show you so around, and I'll just make clean, just to clean things up a little bit, and then I'm going to just we'll reset that, and that's a special little alias I've got going on there. So see it work, and you find there's oh, actually no, see script, and there's actually no scripts directory, so we're just going to make, and it shows us a menu. And the thing that I realized that I needed was a graphics library, and it was this one. But that in turn had its own dependencies. So you go like this. What it's doing is it's going through the book, which I've already downloaded. It's an XML copy of the book, and then it produces a bunch of scripts. So we're going to scripts now, which is CD scripts, and it's made a whole bunch of them. Now most of these I've already built because they are just dependencies of X and other parts. You can see a lot of those are X11 related stuff. But what I found was I needed to install from this line here, and I needed to install object introspection. I had dbus installed already, so I didn't bother with that. I kind of remembered that I had that installed, and then I just needed to do from here. So I do have history, and we'll pipe that to awk, and then we will print $2. Okay, and it's showing me all the commands that I've done, and I want to show you the ones actually specifically related to this. So where $2 contains, I hope this is right, $2 contains at the start dot or, yeah, I'm not very good with my awk yet. I've really got to improve on that, so I think that would be an entire another series on it, but let's just try this. And I'm not just trying to escape, I'm just trying some escapes here. I do know another way of doing it, which should I fail at doing it, I will go there. In fact, I might just do a little bit of awk Google foo. Awk Google foo. So we'll just go awk starts with, and we'll get it there. We'll get there. So awk, yeah, the guys. Awk, and I thought I had this right. Have a look. Kind of getting into the system admin side of things, but yeah, so just $2, and I guess I can just do what they're saying here. We'll just get rid of that, and then hopefully starts with .or. It's not filling me with a lot of confidence. Yeah, it just printed everything. So we just have a try at this before I do it with the grep method. But we'll do that. Try and escape it. I just, and then do that. Ah, that's how I do it. Yeah. Okay. So, and what we'll also do is we will just take, I'll just pipe it to number of lines, and yeah, we'll do tail 6, 7. So we'll pipe that to tail 6, and yeah, we end up with a set of commands that I used before, but first I probably should, what I should do is also unique. And that's not so helpful. Yeah. And yeah, this is this is kind of interesting. It's defeating me. Type unique and unique. Ah. Unique. Oh, that's how we do it. Okay. And so yeah, we'll pipe that to. That's interesting. It's still including some of those, even though they were dupes. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll just include, yeah, I'm just going to include the bottom. Well, we needed Bala, I did need to include that, and I needed to include that, and it's kind of repeated down here, isn't it? Yeah. So we'll just include 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we'll pipe that to tail 9. Probably not the most efficient way to do it. And then we'll do head 8. Okay. And yeah, we'll pipe that to unique again. Which is oh, you. And it still wants to keep stuff, which I'm just really curious as to why it's not removing them. But anyway, you get the general gist of that anyway. It gives me a list I can operate on. I could iterate over those. So what I can do is, I'll show you another way. So we'll just blah that, and we'll just pipe that into compile list. Okay, and then vim compile list, and we'll just get rid of that one, and we'll get rid of that one, and I'm going to have to do some command line foo to be forgiven for that. So for fin dollar cat list do, and this is not recommended because I'm not really giving it an option to escape out of it, but we'll try. We'll try it anyway. So this is going to actually install all the dependencies. This should in principle work. $f done. Okay. So I've already downloaded the files that are the done. How to download it and install it. So clearly the script is going to have to do that. Now I know this is going to go through and let's just install my pre-existing copies. Sometimes you'll need to edit references to documentation and things like that if the install manifest, or basically the install script, has references to documentation scripts that you haven't got the dependencies of, then you're going to have to fix that up for yourself. So just let this go through and complete what it's doing. Shouldn't take longer. The last one, lib rsvg. So, and that's done, you see. So yeah, so I'm going to show you one of those scripts. So go vim 095. Okay, and you can see here it's just saying, let's take a look and see if the packages in this archive with some external variable names, source directory, package directory, that sort of thing. Well, you got package directory, which is defined here, but source directory is outside of it. Source archive is also outside. It goes and downloads it, finds it, downloads it, MD5 sums it if it's valid. It then goes on it and it tries to find anything that's in the working directory for installing it, applies these various filters and with wildcards, and it, you know, basically goes through. You've got a case statement here, and it works out which way to unpack it. Once it's done the unpacking, it then prepares the configure, which is now completely in line with this, and make, and then what you can actually, it's got the sudo stuff there, but if you don't have sudo installed, you can go and make, and you can just actually change this to build as user, change it away from build as user, okay, and then go yes. It'll rebuild those scripts using the XML from the book, okay, and then you just go cd into scripts again, and we'll just vim 095, and despite it looking very similar, it actually is different. We've got no references to sudo anymore, and it will accept root install by default. So now that we've got the dependencies installed for xboard, what we can do is then go ahead and install xboard. So we'll just get out of, I'll just create another terminal, go into, okay, and we'll just go into, so I'm going to just rm work, because I've done this before, but I'm just pretty much showing you guys. So yeah, we'll just do rf. Okay, so we'll tar xbbf, and we've done this before in other videos. The -c just says, the dash capital C just says change into the work directory before you tar it, untar it rather. Cd work xboard, okay. Then we've got the normal configure stuff going on here, and it's a GNU project, so you can expect it to use the automake and all that sort of stuff. It doesn't actually have the automake stuff in here, but it's got a configure file that's been built, most likely using the autoconf tool, and then you've got automake and all that sort of stuff. So we'll just go config this. Just do that. It's going to go through. I had some build issues, as I say, and that's where it prompted me to look for those dependencies. If I couldn't find some of those dependencies under BLFS, then I would go external to BLFS, find them, install them in /user/local, and point package config path towards the relevant .pc files. I think we'll do something, you know, a little bit about that in a future video, but where you just can't find the correct paths and stuff like that. But for now, suffice to say, we can now just go make. Okay, I've got my I've got some flags enabled, so we'll just go echo dollar prefix. Look at that, and echo dollar make flags. I don't have it in there, so I should actually change that. But for what I'm gonna do is I'll just call make j4, which will actually do the building. This, by the way, is just the prefix, as I've mentioned before when compiling, and j4 is just going to use 4 threads. This machine has 4 cores, and therefore in this case I'm going to give it 4 threads of work in make. So let's do that. And that was quite quick. If I'd used just one, it'll be a little bit slower. Then what I do is, okay, I just got the present working directory. I just go cd into here. Okay, and then we go make. We can do echo dollar prefix. Oh, okay. It's probably because I'm working as root. I don't allow it to do the prefix thing, so that's fine. So just go prefix equals /user/local, and then make install. Okay. So now now that I've got the application installed, I could try and run xboard. But xboard's an interesting application. It has multiple use cases. You can play against a chess engine, or you can run it against ICS. So what I'm going to do is just simply do this: xboard ICS mode, ICS host. That'll be freechess.org, and we'll just do that. Now we'll just run it on a different window, and what we can do is we just bring this over to, and we can just make it maybe with the, I'm just trying to get it to go underneath it like that, and then we can use a resize option just to do it like that. Okay, so like that. Now let's see if we can log in, and then we can just put the password in, and now we're logged in, and we could start a game or something like that. I'm not going to do that now. Just something to note on, if I go FI, if we look here, we can see time seal is off. Time seal is a special little application for managing the timestamps on an internet chess server. So I'm going to show you actually where to find an open source one that you can use with Fix, which I did today. But that we'll leave that for another video. But yeah, what I was pretty much just trying to show you there anyway is the technique, that one of the techniques I use in handling the available libraries and dependencies that I can use within BLFS, and using ALFS to assist, using its ability to scrape the book, and then installing the external applications that are dependent on those libraries and other dependencies. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to leave it just there. I hope you've been enjoying my videos with regard to these tutorials. I know that they're sometimes a little bit technical, and they're not just sort of popcorn material entertainment style, but I hope that you enjoy them. So if you do, please like, subscribe, and indeed, as always, please comment, and even comment amongst each other about what maybe there's some other videos that I can do. I'm not running out of ideas, so that's certainly not the case, but yeah, you guys might have some ideas about what you'd like. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time with some more interesting videos. Alright, you guys have a good night, good day, or whatever you're having.